Do this. Hi, guys. This is Joey. Now, I get asked two questions all the time. Should we expand the Cricket World Cup? And the second question is, what are the next full member nations of cricket? That's what we're going to be talking about today. Now, when I first got into cricket, I was kind of disappointed to see that Scotland wasn't a full member. Now, I come from the rugby community, and if you know rugby union, Scotland, Wales, Ireland, and England are all tier one nations or full member nations in rugby union, that is. But in cricket, we only have Ireland and England, which technically counts as England and Wales. So the question is today, is Scotland ready to become a full member nation? And I definitely think that it is the case that Scotland is ready. In a lot of ways, Scotland is above Ireland in many metrics. So we'll take a look at some of the metrics and you could be the judge. Maybe Scotland doesn't want to be a test nation. It's kind of interesting because you have countries like the Netherlands that are, from what I hear, against becoming a test nation. And it depends. Cricket's kind of different in that aspect. So let's just take a look at the evidence that we have for today. Oh, before we do that, it's World Cup season. We're gonna make a lot of videos, at least 2 a day. Do me a favor, go down there. Yep, right there. Hit that subscribe button, okay? I want you to smash that subscribe button, like the video. It would help me out. Or if you don't like the video or you don't want to do that, then don't do it. See if I care. I care, okay? Do it, please, please, please. Okay, so it starts with a little story called The United Kingdom, and I can't use a proper accent I can't use any accent without pissing somebody from these islands off because there's no one accent. I'm actually mildly obsessed with this, this idea of countries in the United Kingdom. It is so fascinating to me. So you have basically 4 countries within a country within the United Kingdom. In terms of cricket, though, we have the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland as one country. We have England and Wales counting as one country. And then we have Scotland counting as one country. Okay. So it's basically 3 countries for the price of 2. There's 2 countries here, but you get 3 countries out of them. How does that work? At least change the flag and call it England and Wales, That's a badass flag. I don't care what anyone says. And by the way, we need to add this island here. Oops, sorry. Yep. And that island right there. And that island right there. Okay, I'm done. I'm done. So I said in this article here, I found this article here. It says performance criteria for associate countries to play for ICC full membership. Look at how horribly that is. But it says got a bunch of things right here, and I've kind of put them in my own words here. Okay, and we're gonna do number 1. It says feature ODI rankings. Okay, let's see how Scotland is on the ODI rankings. Are they good enough to be on the ODI rankings? And yes, you can barely see it right there. Let's zoom in. Right now on ODI rankings, Scotland is 13th in the world. So not as good as I thought. I thought they were ahead of Ireland, and it's a bad thing if Zimbabwe is ahead of you. But in terms of teams that are not test nations, Scotland is number 1. And for a long time, they were above Ireland. So and they're not too far below. Actually, they have more points than Zimbabwe and Ireland at the moment there. So kind of interesting, but still well below West Indies. And I really like the ODI team of Scotland. I think they're very competitive, so they're fun to watch. So absolutely. The next question here, they've participated in at least 3 Cricket World Cups or T20 events in the previous 8 years. So let's take a look here. These are the World Cups. They took place in 99, 07, 15. So 3 World Cups. Kind of missing them from the Cricket World Cup. I wish it was a little bit bigger. Very competitive. And for the T20 World Cup, yeah, Scotland is one of the teams from associate nations that's been a part of the T20 World Cup the most. 5 appearances. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is going to be their 6th. So absolutely qualify in that regard. Next question. It says have registered victories over at least 1 full member nation team and a bunch of other crap here. Let's take a look at their record against full member teams. So this is their ODI record. They have 4 wins over Afghanistan. They have 1 win over England. They have 5 wins over Ireland and 1 win over the West Indies and 2 over Zimbabwe. That's not looking too bad. That's 1, two, three, four, five teams. And if you don't include Afghanistan and Ireland, that's still three member nations. That is looking absolutely great. And they're recent, the one against England was in 2018. Most recently in 2023, remember that against the West Indies. So, yeah, Scotland are doing great. Scotland are doing great in terms of ODI. Let's take a look at the T20 record. I have a feeling this might be even better. So they have wins over, I'm surprised not Afghanistan. Maybe we'll add more, in a couple months. They have 2 wins over Bangladesh, undefeated against Bangladesh. Holy crappers. And then 4 wins against Ireland, and 1 win against West Indies, and 1 win against Zimbabwe. That is not too bad. That's not looking too bad right there, I'll say. So they do have a significant amount of wins over full member nation teams. That is no doubt about it. And then, so the last criteria, I don't know how Afghanistan gets around this, but it says have participated in at least one Women's Cricket World Cup. Things about women's cricket, which I think this is a great criteria. You qualify both as men and women. That's great. Let's take a look. This was the global qualifier that Scotland was a part of. Scotland qualified with Sri Lanka in Group A, and then they went all the way to the finals against Sri Lanka, lost to Sri Lanka, but still they qualify for the 2024 Women's T20 World Cup. So Scotland will be a part of that. That's really exciting. So that was like their last piece of the puzzle that they needed. The last real piece of the puzzle to incorporate them within, applying for a tier 1 or a full member status. And they also ask questions about U19, and their U19 is super solid, super solid. I mean, just look at that. They've qualified almost every tournament. They've only missed 1, 2, 3, 4. So they are a staple of the U19 World Cups. And I think that's great. They didn't do too hot in South Africa, but they definitely qualify and are, developing that way. So it has a lot more things about infrastructure on part B and part C. We can take a look at their domestic structure. They have the regional pro series. Before it was the North Sea properties. It was with the Netherlands that they had groups with. But right now it's called the Regional Pro Series. And this is a 50 over tournament. They have a Scottish Cup, another 50 over tournament. This is what it looks like right here. Pretty big tournament. There was talks about having a Euro T20 Slam. I'm not sure what happened to that. There is a T10 tournament coming very soon. That's garbage. I wouldn't even include T10. I shouldn't call it garbage, but it is. T20, anything below T20 is just maybe the 100, but I don't know. But if you take a look at the fields, the official fields in which Scotland has hosted an international match, 1, 2, 3, 4 fields in a country the size of Scotland is pretty robust, I think. So there you have it. Is Scotland ready to become a full member nation? I mean, only time will tell. Does Scotland want to play Test cricket? I think every country should be playing Test cricket if they can, but there are a lot of other questions regarding that, which I'm not prepared to answer. I'm only prepared to answer this initial thing. Initially, are they ready to become a Test nation? Yes, but who knows on those other questions if they're ready to play Test cricket. Make sure to like and subscribe, guys, and we'll check you out on the next video. Peace.